just in, Payne Nation is geekified for the web. Yes, you can find us at paynenation.com.
Good idea.
And follow us on Twitter at Payne Nation.
I like this stuff.
What are you waiting for? Let your fingers do the talking.
Welcome back to the Nation, Payne Nation. By now, everyone knows about the controversy with Rush Limbaugh and the reaction to it. I've lost track. I guess probably over 40 advertisers have pulled their ads from his show. We're talking now about something from the political arena quickly becoming an economic story, a financial story, but also there are other narratives to this story as well, including the double standards out there. The president calls the woman that Rush Limbaugh has his encounter with and sort of soothes her feelings, but he's never done the same for women, particularly women who are conservative and who have been attacked at really nonstop by the left. In fact, the president took $1 million from Bill Maher, who has been just relentless in his attacks, his ugly, vulgar, mean-spirited, crushing attacks on women in general, but especially conservative women. But he's not the only one on the left. Randi Rhodes is a well-known liberal radio talk show host who made some outlandish statements and comments that so far I haven't heard anyone on the left or in the general/elite media come out against, but I want you to listen to them right now.
You know, these women, somebody really needs to go repossess their ovaries, really, truly. They have no right to them. They are fabulous little organs, and they have absolutely no right to be estrogen-bearing beings, okay? Just cut them off, let them go through the hot flashes, let them just sit there and complain about hormones therapy, okay? Just take the ovaries and get it over with, because they don't deserve to have estrogen. They really don't. It's a privilege. You know, here's the little factoid that is missing from all of this conversation. And, you know, I got to believe that Monica Crowley and Megyn Kelly, who is a lawyer, and all these other girls know that they're lying to their audience.
Randi Rhodes, liberal talk show host, some would say talk show, liberal hate talk show host, attacking Monica. This was yesterday, and we are lucky enough to have Monica on the air now in Payne Nation. Monica, welcome to the show.
Hi, Charles. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I understand that was the first time you actually heard the attack?
Yes, because like most of America, I do not listen to the Randi Rhodes show. In fact, I think based on her latest rating, she has tens of listeners. So, but to get name-checked by liberals, this is what happens all the time. And there's been this discussion over the last few weeks about the left going after conservatives, especially conservative women, and they don't get called on it. What I find particularly egregious about that clip that you just played where she name-checked both Megyn Kelly and me is that this is coming from a woman,
right,
a fellow woman who knows better. And to suggest somehow that we're lying to our audience when we're out there trying to tell the truth, which she and the rest of the leftists in the mainstream media will not do, is completely outrageous. But you know what? It's par for the course, Charles.
Yeah, but Monica, here's the thing. I mean, how does something go from realistically, the idea that, hey, you're 30 years old, you're going to law school, which obviously costs a lot of money, and if you want to have an active sexual life, fantastic, have it, but not on my dime. Why is that? Where is this? Is this just another part of the entitlement nation, or is this bigger than that?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely a cornerstone of the entitlement mentality that we're all trying to fight here. I mean, you and I talk about this all the time. When you come on my show or I come on your show, we talk about how America is slipping away because the left has built this entire redistributionist scheme. And they have all of these pillars to do this. They've got Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. And what they've done over many decades, and you know this better than any of us, is what they've done is they have inculcated this entitlement mentality to the point where now we're talking about having other Americans pay for your contraception so you can go have sex. And the reason that she even feels entitled to it is absurd, that she would go on national TV in front of the U.S. Congress and even make this argument. I mean, at any other time in American life, she would have been laughed out of town. She would have been mocked. She would have been absolutely humiliated for even thinking about taking this kind of stand. And here we've got half of the country holding her up and celebrating her, and the left activating boycotts against people who have said things about her, passed judgment on her. I mean, the whole thing is so upside down. Charles, you and I talk about this. It's almost like America's turning into an Alice in Wonderland situation, where up is down and right is wrong, and everything is upside down. And this is what we're fighting for. We are right now fighting to turn this around and straighten things out before it's too late.
And I guess that's when the president talks about the notion that this has never been a country that he said it was a myth that we never were a country that pulled ourselves up by the bootstraps, because that gets back to the idea of accountability. That, you know, that you are accountable for your actions. And with this entitlement world, I see people being less accountable for listen, if you're born into poverty, that's one thing. We want you to climb out of it as a nation because we love each other. But the things you've just talked about, they are absurd, and it is Alice in Wonderland, but it's not getting better. It's getting worse.
Yeah, it is. And look, it's on an accelerated timetable because of this president and the modern-day Democrat Party. I mean, what they have realized is they have a limited amount of time to get their project done. And by project, I mean remaking America. Obama's words, not mine. Remaking the country. And what does he mean by that? He means turning it into a European-style socialist entitlement nanny state. We see where that's got Western Europe. They are right now in the clutches of a sovereign debt crisis that is threatening the entire continent and, frankly, the entire globe's economy. Yet this is the path that they have set us on, and now they realize that their window of opportunity is quickly closing, and they only have a limited amount of time to get it done. That's why you saw socialized medicine done first. Right? And that's why you're seeing all of this class warfare, and you're seeing all of this language and rhetoric and policies coming out of this president and out of the Democrats.
Monica, I understand it. I'm watching it with you in shock and anger, but the personal attacks have to go. You've handled it better than I would, that's for sure. Monica Crowley, thanks a lot for spending time with us.
You bet, Charles. Anytime.
All right, guys, this is Payne Nation, and we've got your back.